sorry about that. For whatever reason, when you schedule your live stream on your phone, it won't let you open that on your computer. But I don't understand why. But anyway, hi guys. If you're here, sound off in the chat so I know that you can hear me. Welcome to our music reading live stream for Virtual Band 2021. I'm gonna give people a few minutes to get here, but I also don't want to take this too long because I'm sure anybody who's watching the recording after the stream doesn't want to listen to my annoying voice for very long, and neither do I. So, but whether you're watching this live or afterward, you're going to want to have the music for the Thunder in front of you. So if you don't have it yet, the link is in the description, or it will be in a moment. Sorry, give me 1 second. It'll be in the description in just a minute. How you guys doing? Now the link is in the description. It's been a day. Also if you haven't watched my last video already, it would probably be helpful to watch that first, although I guess you don't necessarily have to. If you have your music printed out, that's awesome. Make sure you have a pencil so you can mark everything we talk about today. Otherwise, make sure you're either writing all of this down somewhere or come back to this video after printing your music. Yeah, I sure hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can't. Yeah, I'm not really sure how many people to expect today. I gotta be honest with you guys. Experiencing interruptions. Oh, if anybody's there, please tell me if I'm still coming through. They never make it easy. Anyway, I'm not really sure how many people to expect. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm kind of... Thank you, Seven. Okay, good. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not really sure how many people to expect, and I'm kind of hoping and praying that we're gonna have enough people to actually do this. I know the video only went up less than 48 hours ago, but the response has not been what I was hoping for, which is not to say that I was expecting that much, because I'm not under any illusion that I'm this crazy popular YouTuber or anything, but I'm a little bit like, where are the 50 or so people that said they were interested in the poll, or at least where are the people who filled out the survey? I've only got one person who's actually signed up on the spreadsheet so far, and thank you to that person, or at least there was only one the last time I looked. Yeah, I know it can be intimidating to put your name on a largely blank spreadsheet. But anybody else who's planning to send in a video, I ask that you please don't wait on signing up for your part. I have recopied all of the links from the last video. I put them in the description here, so the link to the spreadsheet is down there. Again, you can put your first and last name, or you can just put your first name and last initial. That's perfectly fine. And bring your friends too. We want to get as many people in this as possible. If your concern is like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough, what if I screw up and then everyone can hear it? Two things to remember. Firstly, the beauty of doing videos like this is that you can redo it as many times as you need to. Don't get too caught up on it being perfect, but, and believe me, I know that's easier said than done, but the most important thing is that you're staying with the metronome, staying with the track. As long as your video can be synced up with the rest, little mistakes here and there are not a big deal. Secondly, along those same lines, a lot of the mistakes that might sound jarring and obvious to ourselves aren't nearly as noticeable when it's put together with other parts. And that gets more and more true the more parts there are. When you think about large ensembles, most of the time you're not really hearing any one individual player, you're hearing a section. So there's another reason to bring your friends. Do the thing, guys. So now that that's out of the way, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to list off all of the alterations and clarifications for the music that I've taken into account. And by the way, the MIDI recordings on the click tracks do reflect most, if not all, of these changes, or at least as well as a MIDI can do that. Once I finish going through all these things, I will open it up for questions. So if you have a personal question, or if I missed something, or if you're just confused, you can write your questions in the chat and I will try to answer them. If you're not watching live and you have a question about something that was not addressed, leave it in the comments and I will leave a reply. So let's get started. Firstly, some general notes. We're in the key of concert F, so check your key signature and make sure you know which accidentals you need. We're also in cut times, so for anybody who doesn't know what that means, if you were to write it out in numbers, our time signature would be 2-2. So the half note gets 1 beat instead of the quarter note, and there are 2 beats in a measure. That may sound a little bit confusing when I say it like that, but if you go listen to the click track, you'll hear that each half note gets 1 click on the metronome. So listen to the click track if you're confused about that. This piece is a march, and with a lot of styles of music, there are a lot of unspoken rules that are not written into the music. First and foremost, for this piece, we want to keep our notes nice and short. Even if they're not marked staccato or marcato, we want to have space between the notes. Take the beginning, for example. If you were to play that first phrase exactly how it was written, it would sound like da 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 da. What we're looking for is those notes to be like nice and crisp. So we're looking more for like da 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 da. Don't need to breathe in between every note. We just want space. So, and this is going to be especially important. This is important for everyone. But do you hear the difference? We want that nice marcato accent on those notes. Another unspoken rule, we really want to be playing on the front end of the beat. What I mean by that is that you want to anticipate the beat. If you're listening to the metronome and waiting for each click, you're going to be late. And the MIDI click track does not do a good job of demonstrating that, which is why I encourage you all to listen to the Marine Band recording of this piece. This is going to be especially important for percussions and for anyone who plays upbeats at any points. Yes, French horns, that's you. Make sure we're really staying on top of that beat. Taking a look now at the actual music. If you read the program notes at the beginning, you'll see that it divides this piece into 6 sections. You've got the introduction, the first strain, the second strain, the trio, the break strain, and the final strain. Starting with the introduction, that's measures 1 to 4. Not much to say here other than make sure you exaggerate that crescendo. We want to start loud, yes, but we want to really be able to hear the difference between forte and fortissimo. And as the program notes say, cymbals, you can let everything ring except for that last note, which is beat 1 of measure 4. The cymbal choke was something that I couldn't really get the MIDI to reflect, so if you're playing that part, really be aware of that. In general, percussion, you don't know the pain I went through just to make your MIDI palatable, and it's still kind of hard to listen to. Moving on to the first strain, which is measures 5 to 36. Percussion, I guess I should have mentioned already, we